And we are live. What is going on, everyone? It's Johnny Dunn, and we are back with another one. Today, epic VeVe live stream. Today, we just have one drop. I think today is actually a low-key, pretty big drop. We'll see how it does in the marketplace. Shout out to everyone joining the live stream today. Got a lot of people in here early. We got Rion in here early. Rion Coral, shout out to you. We got Shago, Daniel, Marquez. How we doing? How's everyone doing today? Hope all is well. Amazing AMA last night from Superstar Money and Rhys. They killed it last night. Shout out to you guys. If you guys haven't tuned in, make sure you guys go follow Superstar Money on their YouTube channel. We got Chasing Sundays in here as well. How we doing, fam? Today's a pretty good drop. We got the Groot FA comic book dropping today. A couple of videos to go over, kind of giving you guys some knowledge about the comic dropping today. Also, want to play a little clip from Cavell. You know, he covered the AMA last night. Quick as anything as usual. So it's a short little few minute video clip I want to kind of touch on a little bit. How's everyone doing today? Let me just share my screen just a moment. Let's see. I didn't bring it up just yet. All right, let me bring it up. Running just a tad bit late. Didn't have the Medium article up. Here it is. So we just had the Groot drop, ultra rare. I thought it was going to be animated. You know, I thought there was a possibility it could be a surprise animation, but it wasn't. Shout out to everyone who was able to grab one of those. I didn't go for that drop. I think I am going to be going for this comic book today. We got Tales to Astonish, issue number 13. This is a pretty old school book. I believe this is pretty valuable right now in the real world. I believe it's very scarce in the real world. The details of today. Let's see, $7 list price, so nothing too crazy. It's not like the $20 price of the AF-15 or the $15 price of Star Wars. The normal comic book, $7. This is what stood out to me right away. 20,000 editions. You know, it's not 10,000, but again, 20,000, that's pretty scarce. So I like that. 12,000 editions for the common, 4,500 for the uncommon, 2,000 for the rare, 1,000 for the ultra rare, 500 for the secret rare. Let me know what covers do you guys like the most? I think a lot of people like to comment on this one. The details on it look amazing, I think. Just a nice looking cover, in my opinion. The colors, I think it's really the background of that like orangey reddish mixed with the blue skyline. With the black and white. Uncommon. I think the comics are going to go above retail today. Let's go. You don't say that every time. So I think the secret rares will do pretty solid. I don't think this book's going to go crazy because even though it's pretty valuable in the real world, I still don't believe that Groot is, you know, the most popular character. I think it's growing popularity for sure. Blow my nose already. I was coughing like crazy before I came on. My eyes were watering, so bear with me today. I think I am feeling better, but every morning has been a struggle this past week, so bear with me. But like I said, I think all rarities are going to do okay. I don't think it's going to go crazy. I think it's a book that could grow in time. I think the secret rares are going to actually do pretty well. So if you land a secret rare, I think that's going to be a pretty solid come up right there. No AF-15 level, of course. You know, it won't be tens of thousands, but I think, you know, a few hundred. I think it's a book that's going to rise too, especially the ultra rare and the secret rare. I like to look at the ultra rare. The rare is the one that just kind of got that color blacked out a little bit. Kind of like the ultra rare and the common the best today. Just how I see it. It's kind of how I'm feeling. Let me know in the chat which ones do you guys like the secret rare the most? I don't think it looks bad. Yeah, I think it's just between the common and the ultra rare for me. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with this one. I'll probably hold it, but I think I may, if I get the secret rare, I have yet to land a secret rare on the drop. A secret rare comic, I should say. I've been blessed with plenty of secret rare collectibles. If I get a secret rare comic, I may flip it. This is a solid comic book, though. You know, I think this is a hodl. I think this is a hold most likely. I think it's one that's going to grow in time, but I think I would rather use the gems right now. But we shall see. I'm kind of torn. I'm going to go for this drop though. I think it's a pretty solid comic book. When it comes out on the retail, I get one of the ones that are on the retail. I'm just going to hold it. You know, I'm not going to sell it on the retail right away. Probably just one that I'm just going to hold. Get to some comments real quick. Did you get ultra rare in AF15 drop? I did not, Rion. So I got the common, kind of like a high mint, regular mint common on the drop. Ended up essentially swapping that for a 3-digit mint. Found one for like 700 in that 700 range, maybe 750, 700. Got a 656 mint. Needed a 3-digit mint of that common. Like I said, I think this AF15 is the one comic that really hit people like, oh wait, get the common. It's the original cover. It's like, what have I been saying? I've been really into. So I think this was that comic book that really got people to really enjoy that original cover. And again, I think all the rare is going to do great. I am trying to work my way up to get that ultra rare. So right now I only have the rare as my other comic, but I'll get there eventually, I think. We shall see. Larry Mackins, how we doing? How we doing? We got Dr. Strange in the building. Good morning, everybody. Absolutely. Good luck to everyone. I think this one is a pretty solid one to go for. Want to get some more comments. And I want to touch on, before we go into VeVe3's video, Comics and Crypto's video, I kind of want to touch on Cavell's video. Amazing person in the community. Shout out to Cavell, man. It's been amazing to see the journey, since we found it. Just crazy. And I feel like Cavell is like my brother in a different galaxy. Like this has to be a simulation. I always feel like we share a lot of the same principles, share a lot of the same viewpoints. And so when he touched on this video after the AMA, I was like, yes, let's go. Because this is something I've been saying. I know a lot of people have been kind of, going back and forth saying, VeVe's not marketing. What are they doing? They should have used this as marketing. And again, I'm not saying this is the right or wrong answer. This is just my observation looking at it. I've been saying for the last few days. Looking at it, I mean, I highly doubt Marvel, VeVe, they forgot to market AF15, right? If they have the capability to market and to have a heavy push marketing, maybe tweet things out. We saw it with Disney earlier. What I've been saying is if they have the capability to do so, but they're not, that should tell you something, right? That tells me, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right. I was saying that tells me that they're choosing not to have a heavy marketing push. Whether you agree or disagree with that decision, that was just my whole philosophy of the reasonings why they weren't. So it was amazing to see Superstar Money ask this question. Shout out to you guys. And it was amazing to hear Rhys's answer. I think some of you may be shocked, and some of you may be like, yes, you guys thought so too. So we're going to dive into that. That was a high-level AMA. There wasn't one rock left unturned. We're the host attorneys. Yes, like I said, shout out to Superstar Money. They crushed the interview. They're playing that like good cop, bad cop, trying to go hard on some questions and then kind of vice versa. I thought they had a good dynamic there. I thought it was definitely interesting to see. And Rhys did a great job at answering a lot of those tough questions. Hamoon, how we doing? How we doing, brother? A lot of people are asking me, Dunn, you think the airdrop for Pride will be for both prides? I'm not sure what's going to happen with this crypto Insomniac. I've been kind of wondering the same thing. I'm only a holder of the full Pride 1 set. I don't have the Pride 2 anymore. I'm hoping because of that, Pride 1 holders get an airdrop, Pride 2 holders get an airdrop. So if you have both, you get 2. I have no idea. Maybe they just do it. If you have both of them, you just get 1. I'm hoping at least, it's both. Because I love the first ever Givenchy, the Givenchy Pride. I love that set. I'm always going to hold that one. So I'm sure they're going to make more prides in the future, but I'm not going to be able to hold every single one. I don't have unlimited money, So I'm pretty solid with the collection I have right now. Hoping Crypto Insomniac we do get one. I was thinking about it too. If there is an airdrop for Pride 1, it's probably going to be pretty limited because you got to think, how many does Ray Fixie have? Right? So we shall see. Big comic with the worst cover tagging this one. Yeah, and Hamoon, I feel like a lot of people don't absolutely love these covers today, which, that's okay. I feel like not every single cover we're gonna love. I like the common one probably the most, maybe. Um, Uncommon got the titles in the yellow there and the coloring. The big, huge Groot and the black and white background. Like I said, I like the Ultra Rare probably second best. I think if commons come out under retail, it's probably a solid one to stack for the long term. Not financial advice, of course. But I don't see long term how the FA Groot comic, which is a big comic in real life, how the comics could maintain under retail. So if they are under retail, I think a lot of people are going to stack that one, kind of hold for that long term. I definitely agree with that, Hamoon. I might even stack a little bit. Everyone's stack is a little bit different depending on the situation, but I may add a few. They come out under retail. Let me dive into one video from Cavell right now because I think it's important for a lot of people because a lot of people gave up faith. A lot of people stopped believing in VeVe. They were thinking like they're not marketing. They don't know what they're doing. Some people were saying they're Disney and Marvel's mad at VeVe. I was like, what? How can they be mad? Are they making too much money? So let's dive right into it. It's not going to be the full 20 minutes. I fast forward to the part that I felt like was where I want to pick up from. So it's only going to be a few minutes, and let's just dive into what Cavell has to say. Shout out to Cavell, man. You guys know the whole story about how Cavell found VeVe. This is a whole movie that's happening in front of our eyes right now. So unbelievable. That's why I say like Cavell is like my brother from a different galaxy because we were both like moon boys, right? And everything's kind of happening. It's kind of unveiling like, oh wow, maybe this is bigger than we thought some people may be thinking. So I think a lot of stuff Cavell says is going to come out to be true, has been true, and I kind of feel the same way about the stuff I've said. So let's dive right into it.
Okay, cool. So we recently saw you guys at Comic-Con, right beside Marvel. Really cool type of marketing. And then a couple weeks later, we got the AF15 drop and silence. You look up news articles, VeVe, AF15. You don't see anything about it. Was it intentional? We're not complaining. Rob hit it on the drop. I got it in the secondary market. That was our option. We were able to do that. If there was more people, it would have been a lot harder, we would think. Was it intentional, and what was the reasoning to not market such a big comic?
Yeah, look, probably a better question for Alex.
Yeah.
But any of that co-marketing, it's not just us deciding on it, right? It's Marvel deciding on where they want to push their products, how they want to put it out. Does it fit with the rest of their marketing? Is this a nice way to reward the people who have been collecting on VeVe?
So basically, all the points that I brought up in my video, I mean, just saying everything that I speculated. I mean, just basic things that, I mean, you should know. Like anyone should be able to.
That's why I echo the same thing. It's almost like common sense because if you've done your research in this project, you probably have the faith in the team by now. And if you don't, maybe you don't have the faith, right? And that's what we're seeing happen. The people who don't really have the faith in the team, you kind of see them questioning in every move. And, it's okay, perfectly okay to question some moves, right? Like, you don't want to completely just agree with blindly everything. You want to have some insight. But stuff like this has been talked about. They've talked about in early AMAs how they want to carry that momentum. And right now, you see worldwide the economy. It's not really the best time to do so. And I think this is why they've also stated months and months ago in early AMAs they're holding off on getting on big exchanges because they don't want to be put on the biggest exchange in the world in a bear market when there's not much momentum. So to me, it was just common sense to think this. So again, Cavell thought the same exact thing. Common sense to him too. That's why it's amazing to see this kind of happen.
Come on, the dude's that.
All those kind of simple things. Now I know everyone looks at that and thinks, oh, maybe it was a missed opportunity, but that's because we don't all have the whole picture. Right?
We don't all have the whole picture. Maybe it was a missed opportunity. It's easy to think that something's a missed opportunity when you don't have the whole picture. Another thing that I touched on was the fact that they could have a much, much better, much more effective marketing strategy at play here that we can't understand or we can't see because we only see one piece of their chessboard.
Exactly.
You can't make a move if you only are looking at a pawn. Like if you only have the information of a pawn and you don't know where any other piece is at, how can you make a logical move that makes sense? And that's what the community tries to do. They try to make sense of the whole playbook by looking at a piece of one play.
Exactly. And real quick, let me just show you something here because this is huge. You guys know the Alcon interview. Cavell's played it before. I've played it before. Just take a look at this video.
interesting, your stall, and this is going to be amazing. I'm sorry to ask you a question.
They literally say Disney's going to promote us. Warner Brothers is going to promote us. We're going to get so much publicity. It's going to be amazing. So the fact that Alcon has said all this stuff years ago and it's not happening just yet, what does that tell you guys? Does that tell you guys it's they forgot about it? It's not happening anymore? No, that tells me because I have belief in this project. I have belief in this team. That tells me it's just not ready yet. So I think that's pretty important to think about.
It's like, doesn't make sense, you know?
So yeah, I mean, it was intentional to not be pushing that out further, and I think it paid off for everybody that's using the app, or most people that's using the app, you know, and yeah, it's a really successful drop. Obviously, people always get it.
Disney tweeted out VeVe for the first time, brought in 300,000 users, and crashed the app for the week. And a lot of those users were pissed off, gave bad reviews because the app wasn't ready to handle it. So I doubt. This is just me thinking about it. I doubt they would want that same thing to happen. So they probably said, let's just wait until the app gets a little bit closer to being ready. You know, we have some momentum back with the economy, and then there's going to be a huge marketing push, and then you'll see Disney's going to promote us. So
They've been antsy and nervous to make high-profile drops because they think it's going to be overrun by bots, which seems we've kind of squashed at this stage. Yeah. I think it was just a really nice way for us to give back to people that have been using that, paying attention. KYC, when it was open, right, there's obviously big issues there with people waiting to the last minute to KYC and then submitting the wrong documents and going into the support queue, right? And obviously, our support team has and continues to work through that as quickly as they can. But I think it was just a little thank you to everyone who's been using VeVe.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm not complaining because we did a video on this saying it gives everyone an opportunity to gift, especially that, you know, right now it's a bear market. You don't have a lot of traffic coming into the app. It's a gift to us, and it's always there to market in the future. But it was a common question in the community, and I think you answered it pretty well there. Speaking of marketing, and I know you referred to Alex in the last one, but we're going to ask you anyways, have the macroeconomic conditions changed your marketing strategy at all? We've been tracking, obviously, Google Trends. We've been tracking the recession, right? All the data coming in regarding the appetite for NFTs. You know, you need people who tend to go after them, or investors, or people who have free cash flow to actually go and buy them. Have you changed at all your marketing strategy? Like, for example, when we talked about Disney tweeting the golden moments, that brought us in, but we haven't really seen them that active since. Is that related to the macroeconomics? Is that related to the app maybe not being ready yet? Can you confirm?
I would relate it more to the app not being ready.
And there we have it. Another one of my crazy theories. And then people say, oh, VeVe's been around this long. How can an app not be ready? Like, it doesn't make sense to bring people into an app under these conditions. Like,
thank you so much, because this was need to be said. It's just how FUD gets started, guys. You know, people are starting to say, you know, all kinds of crazy stuff, and then those people in the community see those people talking about how Marvel's mad at VeVe all of a sudden. It's like, that's not even close to what's happening. But again, it's one of those things where Cavell could keep saying this stuff. Some people are just going to say he's a moon boy. I could just keep repeating the same stuff over and over. Johnny's just a moon boy. But it's like, until you hear it from the actual team, it's like, oh, yeah, that's what's happening. It's like, we've been saying this. So shout out to Rhys. Shout out to Superstar Money. Amazing AMA. I think it was only a little over an hour long, maybe like an hour and a half. And shout out to Cavell, man. I mean, covered it right away. Probably going to see a lot more clips come out from the interview. So just stay tuned and just always do your own research. You know, I think it's so important in the community, because what happens is people are here for a while, they get frustrated, and that frustration turns into fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And when people are loud about it, other people from the community who are maybe on the fence see that, and then they start believing it. So it's just a cycle that, you know, OGs really need to, you know, do what they're doing and just keep spitting the truth, because it's important, man. So I'm so glad that they covered that, because again, that's the stuff that a lot of us have been talking about. So do you think ultra rare is better, or 3 to 4 commons on this one specifically, Rion? Is this the comic that you're talking about, the Groot comic today? It's a tough one. Commons are definitely liquidable, but an ultra rare, I mean, really depends. I'm not sure the exact answer on this one. I think the ultra rares will come out pretty decent on this. There's only, what, 1,000 ultra rares? Let me take a look at the edition count. Oh, kind of lagging here. Here we go. Yeah, there's only 1,000 ultra rares, which I like a lot. I think ultra rares will be pretty decent. Ooh, okay. Super Simono, good afternoon. Stacking or slacking, all things VeVe. All things strange. I'm sorry. Definitely an awesome YouTube channel, my man. And also, I love the new concept that you got going. Stacking or slacking. Keep it going, bro. It's going to be big. If you guys haven't followed Dr. Strange, follow him on YouTube. All things strange, VeVe. You just type that in YouTube. I'm sure it's going to pop up. Hey, I like it, my man. I like it. It's a hustle. Trying to shout you out, too. But I like the concept, man. I like it a lot. It's kind of like that hodl or sell. It's just a little different take. A15 rising. Good to see that. Let's take a look. How's A15 doing? I think this is a solid comic book, guys. I mean, this would be huge if there was like 30, 40, 50,000 editions. So the fact that there's only 10,000 editions, yeah, we're going to start to see this one skyrocket, I think, in my opinion. How come I can't find it? Who'd think it'd be right at the top? Usually it is. You're making me scroll a little bit. Let me, here we go. So what's the common AF15? Almost at 600, 595. Pick back up. Uncommon's at 347. Now that's an interesting one, right? The uncommon's a lot lower than the common. A lot less editions, but as of now, you know, popularity is pretty important, I think, and people really like that original cover. I mean, I've been huge on the original covers. The variants are sweet too, just because it's got inherent value because of how scarce it is. And depending on the artwork, you know, I think it could make it go even crazier. Love the ultra rare artwork at 2.2K right now. The rare is at 590. And the secret rare, 16.9K. I think that's a big one, guys. Huge. Lee Wong, you're crazy. Rhys is not Groot. Banksy is Groot. Man, when we do get a Banksy collectible, it's gonna go crazy because of all like the memes, and plus just because of how popular it is. Good morning, Johnny D. How we doing? How we doing? Are you going for this? Send this to Trip. You're probably gonna be going for it, right, Trip? Good morning, brother. Pure chaos. Good morning. Good morning. Thinking picking up Todd this week. Not a bad idea. I got one of my 1,000 mint Todds listed, and I'm trying to buy back the floor. I've been trying to do this for months now. Eventually, I'm gonna pocket a few on it. I mean, there's definitely a chance where I could get the floor swept on me, and I'd only have my 2 Todds left, which still wouldn't be that bad. But I want to get more than 2K for my Todd if it does sell and I can't buy back the floor. And I did pass out last night with it still listed. So anytime I do that by accident, it's always a little risky. But like I said, which I don't think it will sell right now either because someone listed a lower 1,000 less than me. So I'll delist it right now, actually. But it's worked out, you know, for a lot of different collectibles. So I always say you try not to risk it with those big time collectibles that you believe in. But luckily, I still have 3 of them. So yeah, I wouldn't say it's back completely yet, Tucson, but I would say it's time being, it's looking like it's coming back. Gas prices definitely down a little bit. Let's go, Gary. I'm so glad you got the issue resolved. Hope all is well. Wow, that's all you had to do? Oh my gosh. Well, I'm glad that worked. I'm glad it worked, though, brother. I believe they're both sets on their own. I could be wrong, real talk, but I'm pretty sure. Well, I think you need the one secret rare that came with it. I would say volume 1. You may need that for like the 4 collectible set, and then that second one, second secret rare. I think that's a set on its own. Could be wrong. I don't have any of them, but I'm pretty sure That's probably what it is. Yeah, like right now we only have the drops on VeVe to do. There's so much more that's gonna be able to happen on the VeVe app eventually. The web app. There's just so many things that just aren't in place just yet, and so I don't think they want to bring in hundreds of thousands of people to the app currently just yet before a lot of these features are in place. Definitely killed that interview, and we got Miss Rose in the building. How we doing? Are you going for this drop, Miss Rose, or are you skipping today? I feel like you're probably gonna go for it. Pretty solid comic book. This is going to be a great drop. I think it's going to sell out ASAP. And it could start under retail or close to retail, depending, because you never know what people are going to do. But I think it's one of those that's going to grow past retail. It should at least, because it's a pretty in-demand, popular comic book. So nearly had a heart attack when I got the ultra rare on the drop. Did you get the ultra rare AF15 Pure Chaos? I think I am going to try to scoop up an uncommon, maybe. Dubes, how we doing? How we doing? Yeah, definitely, Jeff. And there is payout to crypto, but it's just temporarily disabled or paused right now. Some technical issues, they said. So it's definitely going to be coming back, Jeff. So you don't have to worry about that. And the good thing about that is when you do cash out to crypto, either Bitcoin or Ethereum, literally just takes 20 minutes, whatever, depends on the congestion, obviously, of the network, but very quick, efficient, works. So once that comes back, people will be able to do that. Steven, appreciate you big time for tuning in today. Miss Rose is going for the drop. Pretty solid, pretty solid. That's a nice goal. Omar's trying to stack the commons. That's if you got the gems for it, I think that's a pretty solid play. Not financial advice, of course. Definitely want to get a couple to be able to flip later as well. All right, let's dive into the cryptos and comics video first. A little bit shorter than VeVe and 3's. 4-minute long video.
Hey there, comics and crypto critters, and welcome back to Hodl or Sell, where we'll be breaking down Tales to Astonish number 13. In the end, we will let you know if we plan to hodl or sell. As always, this is not financial advice, but purely for entertainment purposes only. Also, if you like this video, please make sure to subscribe, like, and hit that notification button to receive updates on all our content. This Thursday, August 11th, we are getting the Silver Age comic Tales to Astonish number 13. First appearance of Groot. Story by Larry Lieber, with cover and art by Jack Kirby and Steve Ditko. With art by Jack Kirby, Steve Ditko, Don Heck, Paul Ryman, and Dick Ayers. Groot's first comic appearance is much different than his beloved MCU counterpart.
Jeez.
Possesses human level.
What is going on?
Groot's robust and heavyweight physiology causes the organs of his acoustic vocal cords to become stiff and inflexible, rendering the limits of his speech to the simple phrase, "I am Groot." He also has the ability to regenerate not only limbs, but his entire body. Groot's extensive criminal record includes 3 counts of grievous bodily harm, 15 counts of escape from incarceration, and 3 counts of mercenary activity, most of which is thanks to his endearing friend Rocket, the Trash Panda. Voiced by actor Vin Diesel, Groot made his MCU debut in the 2014 film Guardians of the Galaxy, directed by James Gunn. Groot has appeared in 5 MCU films since then, and will appear in the upcoming Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 in 2023. He will also star in the upcoming Disney Plus series I Am Groot, premiering August 10th. I'm sure it will sell a lot of toys and collectibles. According to Go Collect, the highest grade of Tales to Astonish number 13 is a 9.4 and has never been sold. The second highest grade is a 9.2, and there is also only one on the CGC census, having previously sold for $14,977 back in 2014. Before we give our final verdict, we want to remind you that digital slabs are now available at cherrycharts.com. This video is sponsored by Elite Comics 11, Instagram's community-powered comic sales page. For our final verdict, we give this comic an I Am Groot. Groot is a character that has and will continue to grow in popularity over the years. This is his true FA comic, and is incredibly scarce. There are
30-minute warning.
517 physical copies on the CGC census. Combine this with the continued relevance of his character in the MCU, and Groot should have a very promising future. This means great things for his first appearance comic in both physical and digital format. We will definitely be going for this comic on the drop. Please make sure to reference the spreadsheet on our link.
Great video, guys. Yeah, I think it's a hodl. Depending on which rarity you get, I think it's definitely going to do pretty solid. I do need some gems right now, so we'll see what I end up doing. Flipping it. If I do flip it, I'd probably buy back another one. It's not my favorite character in the world, so I don't feel like I absolutely must have it, but for the value sake of it, long term. Pretty solid. LJ, how we doing? How we doing, fam? I'm going to get started on that fantasy football. Looks like we're probably going to have a draft late this month. I would say late August. That's what I'm doing, the draft in my other league. So going to get it started up soon because, have a little preparation, a little week or two in advance. But it looks like probably going to have the fantasy football draft probably late August. I'm not sure right now, Freddie Cox. Sometimes they have like you're limited to one per device type thing. I think on this drop, you probably will be able to get multiples if I was to guess. Just for certain drops, it looks like once in a while they'll have it like restricted to where you can only get one collectible or one comic. This one, I feel like you probably be able to get multiples. There's only been, I would say, a couple drops where they really limited it. So we shall see. We shall see. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at VeVe N3, huh? Little 10-minute long video. Let's find out. Is Heather and Corey, are they fans of Groot? It feels like they're gonna dive into this one pretty deeply. Let's find out. Again, guys, make sure you guys go follow VeVe N3, Comics and Crypto. Probably already following them. They're gonna be at 10K in no time. VeVe N3 is about to be at 5K in no time as well.
Welcome back to VeVe N3 with me.
Oh, I paused it. Ad gate. Surprised there was an ad so quickly.
N3 with me, Corey, aka Old Rhubarb on VeVe, and
me, Heather, from the VVT, and also Heroes and Heroines.
And what a rough, amazing fantasy number 15 drop for us. All of us struck out. Heather, me, her mom. It was a big failure. And the MP was locked for so long, that thing climbed to 600 before we could secure even one. But I'm a patient guy. She's a patient chick. We will bide our time, and we will make the moves when the time comes. But we got 2 drops to talk about today, so let's get into this thing.
We have a super cute baby Groot sprouting on the app Wednesday, August
they're talking about the
10th
first
at
one
12
first.
p.m. Pacific Standard Time. This single collectible is landing in conjunction with the app. Now, the day after that, we're going to be getting the Tales to Astonish number 13, which is the comic first appearance of Groot. And since we've already talked about who he is and a little backstory for his character, let's talk about this book's value and our exclusive covers.
This comic is exceptionally scarce. Not many have been preserved. Keep in mind, CGC did not start grading and casing comics until the year 2000. So for some of these obscure character FAs that didn't get much use in stories, collector sentiment around them was mediocre at best. The highest grade listed on Go Collect is 9.2. Of which there is one, and it's sold for just under $15,000. And really, anything above a 7.5 auctions for around that same amount. Groot's usage in the MCU has increased the value of this comic in a massive way.
Take a look at the value spike for this book. The year prior to Guardians of the Galaxy releasing in 2014, this comic at 7.5 sat around $700. After multiple movie uses and now Disney Plus love, that same comic has a 1-year average of $13,500.
As for our VeVe exclusive rare and ultra rare covers, these are coming from one of my favorite VeVe exclusive artists on the platform, Jung Yun Yoon. He was the artist that brought us our first appearance Falcon comic and is known for his work on Spider-Man, Black Widow, and even something Heather and I really enjoy playing, Magic the Gathering.
All right, before we check out these covers, a quick shout out to the Rhubarb Patch family. We've got a new member, Yatta Dog. And when Corey saw that doggo profile picture, he just had to make a Nintendo Duck Hunt avatar for him. We super appreciate your support and all the support from everyone in the patch. Thank you so much, you all. You rock. All right, let's dig into these covers. First, the common classic cover is minting 12,000 editions. When we first saw this cover, we knew we were going to be learning something about Groot for this info dump, and we were right. This exact replica of that scarce original comic features Groot in his all-monstrous glory. Now, we bet Stan Lee, Larry Lieber, Steve Ditko, and Jack Kirby never would have guessed that Groot would change and evolve into the way that he has over the years.
The uncommon vintage variant is minting 4,500 editions. I usually prefer color selection on the character for these variants, but I gotta admit, this cover has a really unique appeal. Gotta love the guy down the left who doesn't just defy Groot. He serves up a destruction time and date. Comics from this era are an amazing example of character creation and world building from a macro viewpoint. This comic released in 1960, and in the 62 years since, look at how much this character has changed and
1960, that's even before some of those legendary comics, which is kind of crazy to think about.
evolved.
Our first VeVe exclusive cover is the Rare Hero variant, and it's minting 2,000 editions. This is basically an era mashup cover. We're getting the very modern depiction of Groot being placed in that same 1960s era scene. What Dunn has done outside of just delivering a beautiful piece of art is give this comic a modern facelift, while remembering to homage the original piece. Love the character design, scale of Groot, and Yunn's art style.
The ultra rare vibranium variant is minting 1,000 editions. A lot of our VeVe exclusive covers have an artist and separate colorist working in tandem, but Dunn does it all. This creates a sense of consistency in the entire piece, as he likely already knows exactly what the colors will be during his initial sketch and conception stages. This variant has a very clean look, as much of the text bubbles and additional placards have been removed, and this allows Dunn to take advantage of every square inch of this cover. This by far is my favorite in the series.
Last, the Secret Rare True Believer variant is minting 500 editions. This is an interior panel pull, and here's the original panel it's being sourced from. This is an exceptional panel to select, as it's the first page of the book, and that page is signed by both Kirby and Ayers. We see some slight touch-ups to Groot's feet, so there isn't such an awkward cutoff due to the removal of the text bubbles, which is a good decision in our opinion. Overall, from a historic and collector perspective, this is a great panel selection.
And that's a wrap for this info dump. Best of luck if you do decide to go for either of these. I know.
Awesome video, guys. Also love the Amazing Fantasy little pop right there. I didn't get one of those. I got the Todd Batman one, but that one looks amazing. Pun intended. What do you mean by this self-plug? VeVe's so strategic on who gets what. How does the league payout going to work? Does used to purchase the collectible, the winner's choice? What do you mean by this chasing Sundays? Probably won't have anything for like won't do any kind of like a payout or anything like that. I think it's just going to be for fun. I'm already in, I think, 3 different leagues. That's going to be like a payout. So I think this one's just going to be fun or for fun. Michael, do you work with LJ? Good morning, Diane C. How we doing? How we doing? I think this comic's going to do pretty decent. Not too many comments. There's only 700 likes, 187 comments. So even though it's, pretty popular in the real world, that's a lot of money, especially for an older book too. In 1960, and I feel like if that 9.2 was to sell today, it hasn't sold in a bunch of years, but if that 9.2 was to sell today, I think it would sell for a lot of money. So, like I said, in the real world, solid comic book today, but we're gonna see how it does. I think I am gonna go for it. I think it's gonna sell out ASAP. I just don't think it's going to be crazy expensive, valuable. I hope it is for everyone who does go for one. I could just see the commons kind of coming out either slightly below retail and then going slightly above retail, because I don't think it's going to settle under. I just think there's going to be too many people stacking this one if it does go under retail, rightfully so. I think I'm even going to maybe stack a few of these. Semi is Groot. I am Groot. How we doing? I really thought that last collectible was going to animate or do something. Where is it? I thought maybe this collectible right here had a chance to maybe animate, have some sound saying I am Groot or like wave or something like that, but no luck for that one. No luck. We got Punch in the building. How we doing, bro? How we doing, brother? Are you going for this drop? You're probably going for this drop, right, my man? Yes, exactly. Chasing Sundays. I kind of think the same thing. This is also why I felt like that last collectible of the Groot was going to do pretty, decent. Just because, like, when people think of Groot looking like this. Not as much as like with the Christmas attire on, the sweater, the feels like a yawn and a cough at the same time. Like I said, like the Christmas theme, I feel like people really aren't obsessed with the whole Christmas theme. So this is what people think of Groot as, right? So because of that, I think also people will like the ultra rare. And like you said, the rare probably too, because that's what people kind of think of when they see the Groot in the movie. I always thought too, like they could add some kind of cool utility. Like I thought about this when the Ron English Grin Flowers got released. I was like, what if for the utility, like they made it so you couldn't enlarge this one, but like the longer you held it, the bigger it got, right? Because that's kind of like Baby Groot turn. It's like the bigger one. I don't know. I thought maybe that could be like some cool, cool features. Maybe in the future they add, maybe not. All speculation. Stacking this wood for sure. I think it's a pretty solid one to stack, to be honest. Oh, we got a go collect tweet from VeVe, or got a go collect tweet about VeVe, I guess you could say. Let's go. I think it's amazing that Go Collect too is like, they're tapped in now. Commerce and crypto probably schooled them a little bit. The physical and digital relationships are going to continue to grow, in my opinion. No game. I think there will eventually come gamification. And see, so many people just haven't heard like the videos that have actually been in place.
Disney has so much interesting. And when your kids go and there's like a movie, so is Warner Brothers. Remember the president?
Now I'm going to try to find the one video of them talking about gamification.
So I think it's going to be a lot of like that. I also feel too that we're going to develop our own character groups. We're going to have our own influencers. We're going to be.
Takes me a while to find this one, but
we're going to develop our own character groups.
I love when they talk about this.
For instance, Warner Brothers will make you a deal for every prop that's in Harry Potter. Every prop that's been Superman. Bottom line story here, the kids are going to go for it and collectors. We're going to be working with every fandom in the country, the teams. So working on Fortnite, working on all the different things we know people are crazy about. We're going to drive them to not only participate in those things, which helps us why people want to deal with this. Then with Disney, Disney's going to, we're going to be cool. And when your kids, it's going to be amazing. I'm sorry. Bill, 4 kids, we had 2 artists that represented. One was called Keith Herring and another Keith Herring. We had 2 artists either you want to see the sound access to more of the industrial.
I have so many of these videos. It takes me a while to find them, so just bear with me real quick. But like gamification is going to happen. It's just these things take a long time to actually come to fruition. So
Whether it be, not only exciting, it also has gameplay.
here it is.
This is a huge job.
So many people think like the stuff I say is just like complete speculation, made up. It's like, no, I've done the research, I've listen to this. For anyone who thinks gamification is not coming to VeVe, come on, it's just a matter of time. These things take a long time, guys.
Whether it be, anything without digital assets that are not only exciting, it also has gameplay attached to it. This is a huge job. It requires us to spend a lot of time. But
So like these things will come, guys. We're just at the very start of the next big thing. So people don't want to hear that, oh, it's coming soon, or because they've been here for a year, but patience gets rewarded. So if you don't believe it's coming, that's perfectly fine. But when it's happening and it's here, there's probably be the same people would be like, all he does is keep saying, I told you so. Shout out to William Peartree. How we doing? Stacking AF15s by any chance? If I had the gems, absolutely. Trying to work my way up to ultra rare right now. With that, like my whole thing is like, yeah, I could let go of a couple of big collectibles and do it, but like anytime I'm really trying to work my way up to something, I'm trying to do it and still maintain my big time collectibles. I didn't want to get rid of my Todds, my Waltz, my Dragon Girls. Like I don't have tons and tons of dupes anymore because I use a lot of the dupes to get to the collection to where it's at today. So I'm long holding those big duplicates. But yeah, I think a lot of people are gonna I think a lot of people are kind of waiting to see if AF15 kind of does retrace. Maybe it doesn't, maybe it does. I think long term, since there's only 10,000 of them, it's gonna be a huge one. Come on, JD. I go for every drop, always, every time, bro, as much as I can. Buy always full blast. Yeah, that's what I thought, Punch. Never stop buying everything I could. You should know me better. I'm hooked. I'm 100% VeVe addicted. That's hilarious. I kind of thought so, Punch. Just checking to see, what your feelings were on this book. Do you have a favorite cover or anything, a favorite rarity? All good, my man. Appreciate you big time. Got me up on the big screen. Real Randy is an official actor with credits. Wow, we are going places. Ask for his autograph if next time you see him. Let's go. Yeah, shout out to Randy. I think he ended up doing the movie or like acting in the one gig. That's awesome. Dudes, especially when they prioritize drops over updates. Well, I think a lot of times too, dudes, like a lot of this rollout stuff isn't only what VeVe wants to do. I think it's a combination. Marvel has a lot to say too, like what they want to roll out. So it's combination, combination is what I would say. We got 10 minutes to the drop. I think there's only 500 secret rares, right? 500, 1,000, 2,000 for the rare. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I do think this is going to sell out pretty fast. Like I said, Amazing Fantasy, I believe, came out in 1962. This came out in 1960. I'm not at all saying this is a better comic. Trust me. But I just find it interesting. I find it kind of like fascinating. It's an old school comic. Yeah, final decision for me, since I don't absolutely love Groot. If I get the secret rare, I'd probably flip it, but I would wait. I would wait to flip it until I get like a decent amount of gems for it. And then use those gems for something else that I really, really want. Maybe like the ultra rare. Helped get me to the ultra rare. AF15 type thing. I'll obviously buy back another rarity if I got the secret rare or something like that. But I think it's going to do well long term. Let me know some in the chat. What are you guys thinking about the Pride airdrop? Do you think, because this is something that's been on my mind, and I still don't, I still don't know the answer to this one. So I kind of want to gauge, the opinions of everyone else. Like, do you think we're getting one airdrop for anyone who holds both Pride 1 and Pride 2? Because I read it two different ways. Originally, when I read it, I thought they didn't mean you have to have both. You have to have both to get the one airdrop. But then as I kept reading about it in the Twitter and everything, I got kind of the sentiment like, no, if you hold the full Pride 1 set, you get one airdrop. And if you're holding Pride 2, you get another airdrop. So I'm kind of hoping that is the case, because I was thinking about it too. I was like, wow, okay. I don't have Pride 2, but I have my Pride 1 set. And I think even fewer than, I think Pride 1 is going to be pretty limited, because we all know Ray Fixie has a ton of those, right? So if he has majority of the supply, I wonder if that means he's going to get all those airdrops. That would be huge, right? That would be amazing. But I think no matter what happens, the airdrop for the Pride 1 holder is going to be pretty limited. That being one of the main reasons. So I feel like that airdrop for Pride 1 could end up being pretty expensive. And depending on the aesthetics on how it looks, I may flip it. But again, I may hold it too. I love holding the thing. So what do you think Pride airdrop will be? Speaking of that, shout out to Flash. We did get a little teaser of what one of those Pride Givenchy animations looked like that ended up getting, I think it was Pride 2, right? When Pride 2 dropped, I remember Willow Kid, he looked at it, it was like, yo, this one looks amazing. And I looked at it again, I was like, whoa, I love the artwork on it and everything, the animation. And so I kept it. I kept it because of that. But then I looked again later and I saw they changed it and they went back to the pixelated one that they did advertise on the Medium article. So I was like, dang, okay. They did advertise the pixelated one on the Medium article. It was a mistake by Rewind, I think. They sent the wrong one. So I was like, okay, I don't love the way this one looks. I let that one go, profit on it because I got that one in the drop. Even though I do believe if you can hold the Givenchy's, in my opinion, anything Givenchy is going to do really well, because that's a highly sought after, luxurious designer brand. But since I also figured I'm already holding Pride 1, that's probably going to be the most expensive Givenchy piece. So I was okay with just holding that one. So if they do an airdrop, I'm thinking it could be that one that they teased or that they sent by accident. I don't know if that would be for the Pride 2 or the Pride 1 holders. I have no idea, man. When Rhys dropped the bomb of private trading, I was floored. Cutting out the middleman is next level. Absolutely. This is something they've said months ago, a year ago, even maybe. This is also why I kept saying to people, once the iterations of the web app are finished, a whole bunch of other things are finished, then maybe we could see some huge heavy marketing pushing. Peer-to-peer trading isn't even here. They've always said from day one that's going to be on the web app eventually. But again, the web app's rolling out in iterations, the same way kind of like the showrooms will be. So eventually we will be able to trade, real talk, me and you on the VeVe web app. And we're also going to be able to sell full sets. But again, it's one of those things where if I keep saying it, it's like, okay, Johnny, yeah, we're going to be able to trade. People don't want to hear me keep saying the same thing. So it's like, I'm glad, Rhys put that out there in the AMA today, because when he says it, it's like, boom, it's here, even though it's still going to take a little bit. But that's definitely going to be one of the iterations that make it a little bit more fun, I would say, to use on the web app, because right now, you can't even really trade off app because the transfers are gone. But before, when you were trading off app, it's risky. You could get scammed, etc. But once they do it on the VeVe app, it's going to be a lot different. Yeah, I don't know. We're still kind of, I'm not too sure. Riley Pie. Great video, Johnny. All right, let's see. I read on Twitter, if you spam the buy now, you can get flagged as a bot and locked out. No device or app here. Just Nintendo, thumb speed, but do I need to retire Spamgate? Oh, interesting. Rally Pie. I haven't heard that yet. It's funny because I've never even used the spam technique. It's just one of those things where as soon as I was going for the drops, it just was my natural habit to just try to time it and one click it. And it's kind of insane to see the evolution of like that becoming the way people do drops. And I really started live streaming the drops because I was looking at people one day doing the drops and everyone's going like spam and spam. I was like, what are they doing? I was like, what's happening here? So that's when I found out that everyone was like kind of spamming it instead of timing it. I was like, am I the only one? I doubt I was the only one. I'm sure other people were probably trying to time it too, but I feel like I kind of maybe brought awareness or a possibility to a different perspective to where I always said, if you're doing well with the spamming technique, keep doing it. But if you're struggling, maybe try the other way and then vice versa. But now I'm not sure. Maybe they did. Maybe you will get registered as the bot if you're spamming away. I have no idea, Riley Pie. I'll try to figure out for you, though. I'll try to ask Alex or maybe someone from the team, Rhys, if it's better off just to try to time it now. And we don't really know because it's not official from VeVe just yet. But if you go and rewind Collective's Twitter, Gary, they were tweeting all about it the last couple of days about airdrops. So I think they were trying to get VeVe to possibly do an airdrop. Hey, everyone, especially Johnny Dunn. How we doing, Ronnie Lido? Can you explain the Givenchy and Rewind relationship? That's the only category I'm not comfortable with. Yeah, I'm not 100% positive about this either, real talk. I don't like talking about things I'm not really educated about. What I do know about that drop is, so the House of Cards, that's all only Rewind Collective, which I think is a pretty big brand eventually. Or not eventually, but I think it is a pretty big brand, and I think it does sell for a lot of money. But a lot of times those that are getting sold in like auction houses are one of ones. But again, the House of Cards that are only 999 editions, I think will do really, really well too. Now, the Pride ones, the Givenchy Pride / Rewind Collective, the actual Pride ones, the ones with, I guess they all have animations. But the Givenchy ones, the Pride 1, Pride 2, those are the only ones that are commissioned by Givenchy. And that's why it's a big deal. So I can't explain to you their exact relationship because I'm kind of a little bit unsure too. Appreciate this, Dubes. Definitely 2-minute warning. I would have just rambled on there and passed the drop. 1 minute, 50 seconds to go. Still in my hot tea gate. No coffee. Good luck, Miss Rose. Minute 30 seconds. So hopefully that Cotton House real talk. It's the Pride 1, Pride 2 with Givenchy. That's the ones that are actually commissioned by Givenchy. The other ones are just Rewind Collective, which I still think they're going to do well. Rewind Collective, probably, my guess, speculation, probably be interoperable since they're all over different platforms already. Just a guess. Right at a minute. Shout out to all my coffee gators. All right, minute left, 50 seconds. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to back out. Shout out to Twitter 400K friends. I forget the exact username. But I am going to back out with like 10 seconds left. 35 seconds. Maybe that gets me the secret rare. I can flip it. Get the ultra rare amazing fantasy 15. Because I can't really be adding in any more money right now. And I don't want to let go of any of my big time collectibles or anything yet. 15 seconds. 12. 10 seconds. Backing out. Come back in. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Bye now. Got it. Let's go. Imagine a 3-digit secret rare. I'll lose my mind. If it's a 3-digit secret rare, I'm keeping it. Or I'm going to list it for like 10K. I only have like 200 gems right now. 3-digit? Everybody get one? I feel like a lot of people probably got one. I don't know if it's going to sell out right away. 20,000, I think. Good chance. Let's say 274. Oh my gosh. 8,274. I thought I said 274 at first. All right. Did it sell out? It did sell out. It's gone for me. Or buy now still up, but I can't buy another one. Did anybody miss it today? I feel like today you didn't have to be perfect to get it. Ooh, 4,057. Let's go. Let's pray for a good rarity, huh? All right, so it was really laggy for a lot of people. Dude's got 2. Super Simono got 1. Russell got 1. Mubarak in the building. How we doing, Mubarak? How many mighties you at right now? I know Mubarak's stacking mighties for the long term. He believes in gamification. That's for sure. You know what it is, too, when people stop believing? It's like, after so long, maybe like a year, maybe a year and a half, however, maybe 6 months for some people, it's like they start to lose hope after a while, you know? That's why I feel like it's so important for OGs to constantly remind people of the light at the end of the tunnel because, you know, I understand it gets frustrating, whatever the case is, but Super Rush got 4, Dark Zero got 3, 8554. Wow, that's almost the same mint as me, Energy. I took a picture so I don't forget the mint number. $8,274 for me. Out of 8,000 mints. Gets he's a bot. Wow, for some reason it wasn't really lagging for me. Then in 1 using time gate. Let's go. Wow, so for some reason it was really, really slow and laggy for a lot of people. Also, you know what Rhys touched on in the video that I felt like was the reason why a lot of you guys were maybe not getting the drops and felt like you were like blocked out? He talked about when the whole bot situation was happening. If people are using bots around your location, that could have been a factor why you were caught up in like the crosshairs. It wasn't you using the bots, but like because maybe bots were coming from your location, around your location, the app was just like cutting you off if you were around that, maybe. Let's hope. Let's go. And see, this is huge, Mubarak. You know, I'm so glad that like you, because that's the thing, right? People just see things and it's like, they look at VeVe, one, they forget that's a startup company for how much they've accomplished. And they're like, they have Disney, Marvel, DC, all these brands. Why can't they make a game? It's been a year. Like, what are they doing? It's like, you know, it's like, just let them build, and what they're building is going to reward everybody who's been patient, in my opinion. So, and like what I've been saying too is like the fact that they could push heavy, huge marketing right now, but they're choosing not to, should probably let everybody know there's probably a reason behind it, right? And my whole thing was, I believe that reason is the app just isn't ready just yet. It's getting a lot closer. We've had a huge amount of big features and catalysts, like the cash out features finally here after a whole year and a half. I doubt Marvel wanted to really promote VeVe heavy without having that. And even now there's some technical like delays once in a while with it. Like once things are smooth, once the web app has more iterations, like people just don't want to hear that it's early still after being here for a year. That's what it comes down to. What are you saying, Dubes? What was confirmed? Oh yeah, and that's the thing too, right? They've been in talks with Marvel for years now. Same with Disney. Like, just to even get these licenses, I think reset it in the AMA with Superstar Money the other day. Like, just to get a booth, like with Marvel, that could take like 8 years. You know, so like, it's crazy to see what's been happening. I'm gonna see if the market's open already. I'm not sure if the market's even closed or not. Oh, it's open. Okay. Let's see here. I feel like it could maybe start out under retail, but we'll find out. Commons, it is under retail, $6, $6.60. Uncommons at 5. Rares at 30. Ultra rares at 50, but then goes to 69. Interesting. Again, there's not many in the market, so be careful. Secret rares started out pretty high. This is kind of where I did see the secret rares. I don't know where they started, but there's 7 in there, and it's at 450 right now. Thought it'd be like a little bit above a few hundred. I'll let you guys know as soon as mine gets delivered. Yeah, I think that's the case. Oh, that's what you were confirming. Oh. Okay, that makes sense, dudes. And I'm pretty sure that's what Rhys said in the AMA. I don't know the exact timestamp, so you can be looking through like a 2-hour-long interview for that one part. Pretty sure it was said in that though. Yeah. No rebounds, huh? Markets closed on the web app, but open on the phone. Interesting. We got bot hunters. That's going to be like the new Netflix documentary, Bot Hunters. We just need Elon Musk to drop a collectible, either a Tesla or a SpaceX collectible on VeVe. And then Elon's going to be on the bot hunting mission, I believe. Because he already hates bots because of the whole Twitter thing. I think I may head off kind of quick today and then kind of surprise everybody with what I get. Starry Getsy, let's go. I feel like that's probably what the case was because, like, I remember December. Whoever December Lizard must have been a lot of bots. Same maybe with Miss Rose. I remember her struggling for a while. Willow was struggling for a little bit, but then Willow hits the big time. Willow only, you know what it is, Willow? You only try when we have the big drops. That's what it has to be. Appreciate you big time for tuning in today before work. Super Simono. Man, I just want to feel healthy, man. Like I said, I feel like I'm on the back end of this, but every morning it's still been a struggle. So, yeah, definitely. Yeah, tweet me what you guys get. It's on some bots. It's instead of Ghostbusters, the Bot Busters. That's hilarious. Tweet out what you guys got today, and I'll definitely repost it for you. No way. You messing with me, Chasing? We got to make this happen. We got to make like a theme song or something. It'd be hilarious. All right, guys. I'm signing out today. Mine's not delivered or pending yet, so I'm going to make a post on the community feed on YouTube. Once mine gets delivered, even if it's a common, when it's a secret rare, I'm going to post it out there for you guys. Yeah, don't be dropping any P words, dude. No, you can't be dropping that word just yet. The market would tank. But definitely a great live stream today, guys. Once I get on Twitter, I'm going to tweet y'all out. Appreciate you guys big time. Hopefully I'm feeling better soon. Shout out to everyone who was able to land one today. A lot of you guys landed multiples too, so it was awesome to see. I want to see a lot of secret rares and ultra rares today, and maybe some 3-digit mints. But I feel like you would have known if you got a 3-digit mint by the green screen. But maybe you exited out. So appreciate you guys big time. Appreciate y'all. With all that being said today, I'm signing out. It's your boy, Johnny Dunn. We out, fam.